And welcome to the first day of Contingency Contract Blade's little tournament we have with Penguin Logistics. I do want to apologize for the late start. We are working with an international group, so there are difference of time zones, maybe some technical difficulties with getting things uploaded and getting everything organized for this particular little tournament we're doing. So apologies if there's a little bit of delay here, but I think for the most part we've figured out everything we need to. So nonetheless, there should be a little bit less delays to work with. Now, I do want to make a quick reminder about the tournament. This is a relatively casual tournament. There is no major prize or anything at the end of it. It's more for just fun. And that is pretty much about really all I can say for that side of things. We have changed the scoring system just a tad bit, not necessarily in the sense of what Arma has done in the background, but more so of how we are handling each day's risks. So each day, there will always be a base mass risk that we can reach. This is the maximum value that you can obtain as a risk for just using the standard base CC contracts. Now, during that particular bound, so from 0 to the maximum, the EX contracts will be worth their risk values that we specify, meaning that you can interchange them out for one or the other and still get up to that maximum. Now, when you reach the maximum value, this is where things will start to change a little bit. See, once you hit that max value, for every contract you do above it, you'll get up to 2 additional points. So if you do, let's say, you just do base CC risks and get to the maximum, and you do one of our EX contracts, then that is going to give you the maximum value plus 1. Now, if you do a second one, you'll get the second point as well. Doing more than 3 isn't going to get you anything. This is just kind of to make it to where we don't want people to really be banging their head against the wall trying to figure out a solution with, trying to get a risk 21. It is possible, and there are some people that actually did it today, and it's definitely got to say, quite the impressive feat. Congrats to the few of you that have done that. But there is no major benefit to doing that here, I guess, besides kind of flexing that you can. It's a good thing, though. It definitely is a good thing to push your limits, for sure. So, there is one extra condition I do want to kind of explain real quickly, and that is if a user starts underneath the maximum, so let's say they're at the maximum minus 1, whatever the maximum for the day is. If they use an EX contract that would put them above the maximum value, then we'll consider it max plus 1, meaning that they only need to do one more EX contract for them to get the maximum amount of points for the day. Hopefully that makes sense. If that's still confusing, feel free to ask me a question in the comments. I'll keep an eye on this throughout the day, and hopefully I can clear that up for you if you have any more. And now let's move on to the first daily map, and that is Frost-Covered Ruins. Now, for this particular map, it can definitely be a bit of a struggle for some newer players, especially for those of you who have not reached into the later chapters where you get to experience the frozen and cold debuffs that come into play here, as well as the many enemies that come from that particular chapter. Now, we have 3 contracts that are, well, they are quite the interesting combination, to say the least. But I do also want to point out that we do have the 2 other contracts that are ongoing at all time, and that is Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, which means to always play at ×2 speed, and there is no pausing, and you cannot be in bullet time or like the character selection speed for an extended period of time. The other one is the One and Only, which is only one operator can occupy a space at a given time. That is a relatively more challenging one to do, but if it can be done, that is some pretty serious amount of awards that you will get for it. But let's talk about the 3 main EX contracts that we've assigned for today. The first one being High Value Target. Now, High Value Target, that one specifically takes out Silver Ash, Saria, and Aefiela. I don't see Silver Ash being a major player in this particular map. Sure, he may help with holding down the bottom left lane, but I think for higher risk clears, there may be other operators that are probably better for this particular situation, which is kind of a rare thing to think about with Silver Ash. But I do think that there is a heavier loss from Saria and Aefiela. Now, Saria, she being a healing defender, can definitely have a good amount of survivability, and just having to deal with some pretty heavy-hitting characters may actually help keep her alive a bit more with those healing skills, not having to work with a medic that may or may not be frozen or just simply cold.
However, players may actually opt for the S3 calcification, which actually allows arts-based attackers to get some pretty solid damage in. I mean, that calcification skill is pretty nice. However, one of the major damage dealers of that arts side is Afiella, and she's also out. So, but thankfully, there is a replacement for her that people can use that goes by the name of Kyobei. So, I'm sure there is some possibilities here with Kyobei that can definitely make some major differences. Or they may not even use it at all. There's actually some pretty decent characters that can work with. Even then, specialist shift operators can still do some pretty serious damage with the true damage they can apply. However, 5-star ban does hit a little bit on the specialist shift meta, in the sense that you lose both Cliffheart and Snowsand. You're left with Rope, as far as I remember in terms of shift operators. I'm probably forgetting someone. If I am, I'm sorry. But that does throw a wrench into your plan. Even then, if you don't have Weedy, you're losing Feeder, so you're left with only Shaw for, I think, pushing right now. I guess you can count Grisand if you want to. However, there are still many other ways you could potentially clear this without needing to rely on shift operators, though I think for the most part, in higher risks, it's going to be coming down to pretty much you needing to use that strategy. But nonetheless, let's move on to the final contract of the 3 here, and that is Crabrave. I love this little contract and the icon for it. Basically, metal crabs do appear on the left spawn points. It is up to the player to do this, but if they do, they need to let one of those metal crabs score. This is pretty much like a slightly different variation of the last line of defense, which reduces your HP seals down to 1. Now, this may not seem like it has any major issues at first, but it does counter a particular playstyle, which is that the Ice Cleaver leaders, sometimes people just let one of them go. You can't have that this time. If you're going to use Crab Wave, you gotta take them both out. So, I hope you got the right damage dealers to be able to handle that. So from here on forward, we're going to be moving into the actual play runs themselves. I'm going to go ahead and show on the screen a handful of timestamps for people who would like to seek to the favorite player or preferred player that they would like to watch. There will also be a easier timestamp set up in the comments below. It should be the pinned comment. That should be a lot easier to work with than simply having to scroll around and try to find the right timing for it. So anyway, our first run of the day is going to be done by Kikinok and his favorite character, Magellan. Now, Kikinok's relatively a new player. He's level 48 from the time that we organized this. He may be another level or 2 higher. I mean, I know people are going to be getting some levels from this time period, so it won't be surprising if he's not going to be level 48 by the end of this particular event. Nonetheless, at level 48, he's been doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good so far. Getting a pretty solid start here with his risk level here. Yeah, I could definitely say he's done well. So, big props for being able to clear with some risk on here and not have a single E2. Props to you on that one, man. Anyway, enjoy the run, and I will catch up with you guys right afterwards.
やる気全開でよろしく。
言う通りにしますね。うわ、見ちゃうとみんなこっち来て。
到着。
了解しました。本気で行くよ。
そう。
はい。
何時らが落ちたしブイ
パワーエネルギーに気をつけてね。
前に進むぞ。
どうしたアリーナ己がせ
あなたの考えはお見通しですよ。
何時らの愛我が意向にかき消されたり。
みんなこっち来て。位置についたよ。
何時
皆さんの援護は任せてください。
何時は我が恩敵なは岩老物に過ぎぬのか。
わあ、りんごちゃん今日もよろしくね。元気出して。こういう合奏ならたくさん見てきましたから。
一瞬です。この程度で止まると思うの？
君たちが攻撃か排斥か、俺が先輩。
皆さんが私のことを信じてくれてますから。
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。
槍は相手を突くだけのものとでも思ってるの？
はい、私が何とかします。もしどこかが急に発火したらそれはただの副作用だからね。
君たちが攻撃か排斥か、俺が選別してあげるよ。
苦しみを忘れ
アリーナ己が先決を。
袋叩き、それが君たちの狙いかな？
どこに行け。皆さんの援護は任せてください。鮮血が武器を染め戦場を湧き立たせる。
ドクター、いい場所は俺に取っといてくれるよね。ドクター、相当に頼ってばっかじゃ弱くなるだけだからさ。
私が振りまく血で大盛り上がり間違いなし。ドクター、私はここに。
ドクター、槍は相手を突くだけのものとでも思ってるの？
何時らが
こういう合奏ならたくさん見てきます。あなたの考えはお見通しですよ。
どこ？
すぐに終わる。
どこって袋叩き、それが君たちの狙いかな？相当に頼ってばっかじゃ弱くなるだけだからさ。
強化して。
ここにしようっと。こういう合奏ならたくさん見てきましたから。
槍は相手を突くだけのものとでも思ってるの？
この程度で止まると思うな。
ドクター、袋叩き、それが君たちの狙いかな？
演者はセリフの傀儡だ。
はい、私が何とかします。
君たちが攻撃。
己が先決を。
苦しみを。
あなたの考えはお見通しですよ。
どこ？
じらがコシコシ V 何人も語り継ぐことかなわなあなんと己が存在を自らに
Well, it was a little bit of a rocky ending there, but hey, a win is a win, and for someone his level, I'd say it's a pretty major victory. Now, on to the next video, which is... oh, it's me. I don't have much I can really say about, you know, my particular run. I guess the one thing I can definitely say is the 5-star ban and the high-value target contract absolutely destroyed me, so I did not do either of those two. So, but I think I had a rather interesting run nonetheless, so enjoy!
先輩、私たちのことは気にせず全体の指揮に専念してください。
相手のターゲットは誰かな。
進め。生命救済シュールを慈しみ。
問題ないよ。いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
アーツユニットチャージ中。任せて。邪悪を壊滅しうるは勇猛さ。わあ、みんなこっち来て。あんたたちの恨みいただくね。救済シュールを慈しみ。
問題ないよ。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
害虫だ。
わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。キラリーと。はーい、シルバーアーチの名に誓って
援護する。
ここだね。シルバーアーチの名に誓って。
信号は誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
本気で行くよ。このピンチを乗り越えよう。治療モード適用します。ここだね。素人は崖から落ちちゃうって決まってるんだよ。よし。待ち伏せ準備できた。
すぐに終わる。
安定しています。ここだね。構えた。
私が行こう。
おバカさんたち、僕が相手だよ。ここだね。突発特注楽勝。はーい、突発特注楽勝。オッケー。私の得意技を見せ。素人は崖から落ちちゃうって決まってるんだよ。はーい。
害虫が。
眠りなさい。母なる大地の腕に抱かれて。極の 直を求め銃の中にゴーを見出す。ここだね、シルバーアッシュの名に使って。先輩、ご命令は少し熱いかもしれませんよ。
奴らを抑える。強化しろ。
突発集中楽勝。オッケー。このピンチを乗り越えよう。
光あれ。
おいきモルテ。おからが私のミス。素人は崖から落ちちゃうって決まってるんだよ。先輩、シルバーアッシュの名に使って。プログラムロード完了しました。いくよ。私の得意技を。いや、突発集中楽勝。ビクトリアのバグパイプ。生命を救済しうるは慈しみ。の見せ場。素人は崖から落ちちゃうって決まってるんだよ。先輩、火事には気をつけてください。一生懸命。ごめんなさい。母なる大地の腕に抱かれて。
主の名を掲げ
直の先に直を。素人は崖から落ちちゃうって決まってるんだよ。見せ場だ。構えた。おいきモルテ。みんな助けに来たよ。
私の後ろへ。外中だ。
突発集中楽勝。Mission accomplished.
Now, I don't actually have a leveled Chimere, that was actually a support one, but I actually did kind of find that extremely useful, so I need to get my hands on a Chimere and actually start to develop her for, well, that kind of thing again. Up next is Uwu with his run. Now, what you guys tend to know me for Vanguards, I would say Uwu, it would be known for the shift specialists. So I think you guys could probably imagine where he's going to be going with this one, and his, well, pretty much a max clear, even with the EX contract, so congrats to Uwu for that pretty high risk clear there. Anyway, without further ado, enjoy!
教習オペレーターの基準は厳しいよ。私の動きについてきて。わあ、本気で行くよ。ビクトリアのバグパイプ、波状棒とともにマイル。待機中、ダークを壊滅しうる勇猛さ。りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
新薬の臨床試験と移行。
任せて。チェーンソーのうなり声が聞こえる？ここにいるよ。発射。 たしません。
どうすりゃいいんだ。いざもっとやれ。命に危険なしさ。ああ、お前は例外みたいだな。
機材に消えロックオン攻撃。消防規則にのっとり違反行為として処罰する。システムオールグリーン。はい。本気でいくよ。もしどこかが急にターゲットの位置についたね。よし、ドローン起動。
暴力じゃ何も解決できないけど、お前を料理するには十分だぜ。俺の式学は開けたら二度と
この力どうか受け止めてください。
行くぞ。いつでも行くぞ。いつでも行ける。
このピンチを乗り越えみんなあっち行って。進め。待機中待機中。ご指示を。生命救済シールドに進む。指示はあるかしら。ここにいるよ。3、2、1、いっけここにいる。敵へロックオン攻撃。
ここだこ。いざもっとやれ。戦場の薬、悪いやつを構成させる効果がありそうだぜ。
体が重く感じてきた。 示はあるかしら。ここに敵へロックオン攻撃。私の技術が必要でしょ。私の技術。お花ちゃんたち咲き誇れ。
ここだここ、俺が見えないだろ。
戦時医学は開けたら二度と閉じらんねえ呪いの箱みたいなものなのさ。すぐに片付ける。こちら武器を下ろせ。いつでも行ける。
機材みんなあっち行って。場所はここがいいかな。真っ向勝負は柄じゃないんだよね。集え我が同胞たちよ。ドクターいけー。雪の照り返しでめくらましたよ。ここにいる敵へロックオン攻撃。
ここだここ、いざもっとやれ。
俺のこの薬悪いやつを構成させる効果がありそうだぜ。
ドクター怪我はさせません。おう3、2、1いっけー。オッケー。体が重く感じてきた。ここにいるみんなあっち行って。
ここだここ、目の前真っ暗になってみた。
医学は開けたら二度と閉じらんねえ呪いの箱みたいなものなの。
私のお花ちゃんたち咲き誇れ。空を舞う感覚味わってみない。機材の実写。
どうすりゃ。
使ってみればこの薬の凄さがわかるぜ。
ご主人の意志を強度にするは規律。おう3、2、1いっけー。オッケー。空を舞う感覚味わってみよう。大気中。
And that puts us at the end of the longest run of the day, which is actually kind of interesting, but I guess it makes sense. But nonetheless, ooh, congrats on the pretty high risk clear there. Keep it up, man. Next up is Ikazuchi, and Ikazuchi is one of the other newer players, but he's still doing pretty solid there. A risk 10 for sure is going to be pretty impressive for a person at his level. Nonetheless, let's sit back and enjoy this one as well.
行動開始します。一気に型をつける。戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。進め。わあ、みんなこっち来て。手はず通りに。わかりました。戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決める。意志を前後にするは規律。リラックスして、リラックス。本気で行くよ。援護する。どけ。私も戦い、命も裁断できるというんですか。ええ、邪魔しないで。あなたの考えはお見通しですよ。目覚め。貴様の生死は私が決める。わかりました。逃がしはしません。針に糸を通すように。貴様の生死は私が決める。りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。待っててください。お話は後で。守らなきゃいけない。貴様の生死は私が決める。気を怖がらせること。話は後で。守らなきゃいけない人がいるんです。ターゲットロックオン。私が怖いですか。はい、見えていますよ。貴様の生死は私が決める。目標補足。心配無用だ。手心は加えません。プログラム発ユニット起動します。貴様の生死は私が決める。命を裁断できるというんですか。落ちこないで。どけ。はい、この声は泣いている。見えていますよ。悪くない位置取りだね。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。進め。邪魔しないで。集い我が同胞たちよ。はい、格好の的です。はい、準備はできたか。どうぞ。初期化完了しました。ドクターさん、待っててください。みんな助けに来たよ。
A bit unfortunate that he had that leak there at the end, but hey, a win is still a win nonetheless, and that is kind of what this map is all about. Up next is Alo-san with a pretty much max clear again. Pretty good number of players managed to succeed with a Risk 21 clear here, so props to them for that. And well, without further ado, go ahead and enjoy.
Man, that leader didn't even go flying. He just straight up took the liquid nitrogen shot right to the face. Went down right there. Alrighty, up next is Frost Phoenix here, and well, Frost had a pretty solid run too, getting actually a similar score to me. Opting for more of the EX contracts, so quite the impressive feat there nonetheless. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how he did as well.
君の指し示す方向に。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。進め。面倒だな。
貴様の生死は私が決める。
わあ、みんなこっち来て。
分かった。命令を。
ここが戦場。
さっさと片付けるぞ。
無駄だ。
みんなこっち来て。
賢者はセリフの傀儡だ。
少しダークを壊滅しうる勇猛さ。
貴様の生死は私が決める。
本気で行くよ。
へえ、私にやるってか。
無駄だ。
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。
私の武器はなぜこの私がお前ら劣等品のために時間を浪費しなくてはならないんだ。
こっそりどこかに思考を明晰にするは戦術。ここでオラオラ。了解。
賢者はセリフの傀儡だ。
君たちに何の恨みもないけど、私の仲間を傷つけたければ、まずはこの盾に許可を取ってからにしてもらおう。ただ一瞬です。
ここが僕のホームだよ。
始めましょう。あなたは私がお守りします。
生命の救済修理が美しい。了解。どれもサプライズ好きだから好きを選んでね。
準備できた。
生活の
水くん度よく行使し相譲らん。エリートオペレーターから。
わかった。3つ数える間に投稿のチャンスを。
目を据えて誰かよく兵をさらんや。
Now we did let Frost know that W placement did kind of technically disqualify Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, but we went ahead and decided to go for a warning for everyone at least once, and then after that we will start actually negating the contract. So he has received his warning, and that is the only one he will be getting for the rest of the competition. Nonetheless, still a pretty solid clear. Alright, up next is Armadon, also scoring a 21 risk here. Congrats, dude. Awesome. Let us go ahead and take a look.
一緒に行きましょう。本気で行くよ。進め。リラックスして。少しダークを壊滅しようというのさ。 生殺の木伊豆君度よく行使し愛ただ一瞬です。どれもサプライズ付きだから好きを選んでね。雪の天才で出くらましたよ。はじめまして心配しないで。3つ数える間に遠くにチャンスを与える。
私の声を
思考を明晰にするは戦術。ご指示
Now, I'm not sure if anyone particularly saw the ending there, but W really sent her grenade flying because she really wanted it to hit, and man, that was on target for sure. Alright, up next is Miyang. I think I said his name right. I apologize to him if I butchered that.
And he is doing a risk 8 clear here. No EX contracts, so pretty roughly straightforward clear for him here. Let's go ahead and take a look.
教習オペレーターの基準は厳しいよ。私の動きについてきて。みんな助けに来たよ。わあ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。ビクトリアのバグパイプ生命を救済シュールは慈しみ。チェーンソーのうなり声が聞こえる？邪悪を壊滅しうるは勇猛さ。わあ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。生命を救済しうるは慈しみ。思考を明晰にするは戦術。ただ一瞬です。気をつけて行動しますね。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。あなたは私がお守りします。戦場に出たから本気で行くよ。始めましょう。これでどうです？戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。意志を堅固にするは規律。視界良好。鮮血が武器を染め戦場を沸き立たせる。これでどうです？
いい。
みんなこっち来て。ご指示を。温度安定しています。ターゲットロックオン。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。準備はできたか？
決まった。何時らの愛我が意向にかき消されたり。
ちょっとからかってあげようっと。エリートオペレーターから襲っきゃ少し暑いかも。りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。バラージュ。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。聞いていますよ。一発で仕留めます。苦しみを忘れたことはありません。プログラム起動。気をつけね。鈴の音来たりて風雪をまとう。これでどうです？ロックンロール。あなたは私がお守りし。サンダーストーム。
何か考え。何時らが孤児せし V。何人も語り継ぐことかなわ。
これでどうです？ リアのバグパイプ波状棒とともに参る。ご指示を。プログラム治療モード適用します。私の出番？ディアポーネント。心配しないで。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。一発で仕留めます。気をつけなさい。鈴の音来たりて風雪をまとう。心配しないで。前に進むぞ。奴らを抑える。ロックンロール。ドクター、ここっていい景色だね。これでどうです？あ、見ちゃうところだった。一気に型をつける。どけ。私の出番？はい、聞いていますよ。
You know, usually I don't see the casters being the last ones standing there, because generally the Ice Cleaver leaders are the more resilient ones, but hey, there's a first for everything. Nonetheless, good job, Mihang, with the Risk 8 clear there. And on to the final video. I'll talk about why in a little bit, but the final video here is going to be from Yay Man, and I'm just gonna say this now. I saved him for last because the Mad Lad actually went and edited his own video. So, nonetheless, I'll let you guys enjoy the lovely little edits here, just for some good old laughs here.
みんな、くれぐれも気をつけて。わあ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。待機中。任せろ。わあ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。ここでいいや。ただ一瞬です。
One, two, three.
心配しないで。待機中。みんな、こっち来て。
全員の行動力を奪う。それでいいだろう。
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。
分かった。目を凝らす。これこそがイベリアのデストレッツァ。ここだこ、俺が見えないだろ。
わあ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。待機中。
あなたは私がお守りします。ここからは 一歩も引かない。あなたは私がお守りします。
みんなこっち来て、私の得意技を見せてあげる。命を奪うようなことはいたしません。
あなたは私がお守りします。
どうすりゃいいんだ。
うわ、本気で行くよ。
どうすりゃいいんだ。目の前真っ暗になってねえか。
聞こえてるよ。体が重く感じてきた。誰もサプライズ付きだから。生命の救済集力に尽くしに。
No, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes.
いい天気だね。イエスさん。百分が一見にします。
誰のことをこの力、どうか受け止めてください。
どうすりゃいいんだ。
大当たりを引くのは誰か。
Stop right there, criminal
何
scum.
も解決できないけど、お前を料理するには十分だぜ。
オッケー。体が重く感じてきた。3つ数える間に投稿のチャンスをあげる。お？聞こえてるよ。はや！
こんなの。
楽を壊滅しうる入門さ。
Boom!
そこだと俺が見えないだろ。
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Oh god. I'll tell you, I was not expecting that when I first opened up the file for sure. Definitely some quality edits in there. But anyway, we're down to one last person that I have a submission for, and that is Kyoshi. Unfortunately, we do not have a video. There were some issues with that, but nonetheless, we did get a screenshot, and he did say that he has got a max risk clear. So, hey, that's still not bad. It's a 15. It's a pretty good clear. It's pretty solid. Unfortunately, we did not get a submission from Jen, but this is mostly due to time conflictions that he does have on his end. We are definitely hoping that we can see some action from him in the near future. But for now, it is alright. Everything will be fine. So, we did have a few last-minute accolades we did want to give. They're kind of just small little things that were for fun. There's really only 3 of them, but for the most part, I think they're pretty fun little bonus things to give away. So, the first one is Ain't No Mountain Too High. And this one goes specifically towards Kikinok. Getting at least a clear with any type of risk, and not having a single E2 for himself, that's some pretty solid work. Definitely took a lot of effort just to get that clear, and hey, more power to you, man. So, congratulations on that note. The second one is more kind of like a funny thing. We've called this one Working as Intended. And this one goes to Uwu. I don't know if anyone saw, but the way he got Crab Brave was probably one of the most ingenious things I've ever thought about. Because I was thinking you're going to probably have to either retreat the operator to allow the crab through, or just strategically max out your block size so the next crab that happens to walk towards it is the one that'll be able to walk through, and then you can kill off the remaining ones that are blocked. Nope. Ooh, just sat there and yeeted the crab over Blaze. Seems legit. Last but not least is the most unique operator of the operation. And honestly, this was kind of a tie. There were two people that did have operators that were very unusual to see compared to the remainders. Though some of them do. There are others that are like them, but they're more, I guess, common at this point to see than these particular two. And that is Miang with his paramedics and myself with the Shamir. Very, very, very interesting tactics to use for those two, but hey, they worked out. They did some fantastic jobs, and they made it possible to clear. So, congratulations to all those people for getting the nice little accolades at the end there. So, anyway, that is going to be all for day one. Hope you guys found this entertaining. I know that there's a lot of different ways that these particular maps can be solved, especially with varying risks, different rosters, different support characters. There's a lot of ways that you could potentially solve this, and I think this is probably one of the nicer things about the competition. But we will see how day 2 goes. Now, day 2 is New Street, which will be a rather exciting map to go and cover. Nonetheless, I look forward to that, and I hope to see you guys there in that particular video. Until then, I'll catch you guys all again real soon.